when we think about AI or VR, all these technologies that are quite disruptive, I think the end goal is this, to create a new reality, a new kind of escape. And what you did,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the purpose with that would have been that, yes, you want to create that sense of escape where cinema comes in, and then you want to bring it back to the reality as well. It's not completely in VR and 3D, it's something in between, and that creates a different kind of magic. So speak to me about, Uzair, like this dynamic, because this is quite new, and I'm sure in the process you must have used new frontier tools which not many people understand, because obviously to bring this kind of vision alive, there must be some tips, there must be some tricks here and there, because again, you're bridging realities. People need to understand that VR is one thing, it's completely digital, immersed, and then reality is something that we experience and it's quite disjointed. But suddenly you're having this third layer, which is holograms, and it's connecting everything. So speak to me about this process, and what was it like to convince everyone that this is something you want to do?
Oh, the convincing is, why was cinema created in the first place? If you go back to the history of
Hmm.
cinema, it was a form of escapism, right? You look at the birth of
Hmm.
the musicals and the Bollywood eras and all of that. It was post-World War, and cinema was a form of escapism. The difference is that we're
Hmm.
living in such a digital hyper world that that reality in the digital world has become more real than reality. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
That world that
Yeah, hyper
everyone's
reality.
constantly
Yeah.
doom scrolling and blah 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 and all of that. It's like that reality has become a hyper reality way more than what
Yes.
realism and life really is. My balance of that was, we have to bring reality as the key,
Hmm.
because it was Dubai police. At the end of the day, the police is doing physical work.
Yeah.
There's physical people, there's crimes, there's all of this that happens, which is on a physical basis, but there's also crimes on the digital
Hmm.
basis. There's crimes, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, it's still a policing agent. There is a person, there is a officer, there is a human side involved to it. And why? The idea is simple.
Hmm.
Everyone's trying to build a better experiential life. However, I think our our needs of escapism as a human race overall has completely changed. And I think that's something everyone should address now. Anyone that wants to have a conversation of AI or generative AI or where technology is going, I beg every single creative in person who's ever going to watch this interview, ask
Yeah.
yourself the question, why are you doing what you're doing? Is got to come down to that. We're not trying to
Yeah.
convince anyone of something, but rather give them a way of,
Hmm.
oh, that was possible, or that is possible.
Yeah.